Hello everybody, my name is Marloe and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Survival, where in the last episode we built what I'm currently stood on top of right now, which is actually, if I can fly away here and show you, a water mill that is powered by a waterfall. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, but not too different. We're of course going to be doing some more building today, and that is going to be another addition to our mountain range here in the form of a blacksmith. It's going to be connected to an iron farm underground. Now, at the moment, I actually have quite a fair bit of iron. I went mining sort of recently, but I go through this stuff very, very quickly. So having a steady supply of it in this world is going to be super helpful. I'm thinking we build it over here in this spot. It's kind of close to everything, but far enough away where I don't think it's going to look cramped. I think the closest thing is a nether portal over there. We did also have a bunch of trees planted down, but I've gone ahead and gone rid of them, hence why there's just a bunch of dirt blocks everywhere. Definitely need to cover them up. The only thing I'm not so sure on is I don't know if it's going to look out of place. And that's because the block palette of this build is much darker than all of the rest. I'm actually using quite a lot of light blocks with all of the builds I've done so far, at least in comparison. This one, it's very heavy on the black stone and the deep slate, and it looks good on its own, but with all of these builds, I don't know if it's gonna fit in too well. But then again, we won't know for sure until I try. So I'm going to make the building, not the iron farm part of it to begin with, just to make sure I don't absolutely hate how it looks over here. And then once we're all done with that, a little bit later on in today's episode, we can attach the iron farm underground. Having said all of that, we do have some blocks like calcite, diorite, spruce, and warped blocks that hopefully can be some sort of saving grace because we've used them before in the other builds here. But either way, I'm not going to know until I just try it over here in this spot, so that's the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode. But I can't start that until I do a little bit of terraforming. I'm going to build it up here on this flat surface, but it's not really big enough just yet, so I'm going to have to bring the terrain on out this way slightly, I think, which shouldn't really be a problem at all. All I have to do is just try my best to impersonate the Minecraft terrain so that it looks natural and not weirdly out of place. So let's get started with that building montage time-lapse. I bet you can guess which song I'm going to be using. Yep, that's right, you can hear it, it's Other Side. I cannot get enough of this song. If I had it my way, and I guess I technically do have it my way, I would use it in every single video of mine, but I didn't use it last episode, so here we are using it in this one. Enjoy. I definitely don't think it looks out of place. Do you guys? I think it helps that it's right next to the bee factory over here because a lot of these blocks on the top section of the roof are very similar to what we have over there. I think maybe if it had been a bit further up next to the base and the tower we have over there, maybe it might look a little bit weird, but I think we can definitely get away with that block palette. Plus, I'm really not wanting to rebuild it, so yeah, it's definitely gonna do. So what do you guys think about this build then? It feels a little bit different to me than anything else we've done in this world, and I think that's because maybe it's a bit more house-like, if that makes sense. It kind of looks like a stereotypical blacksmith, at least where the shape of the build is concerned. Maybe not the block palettes, but yeah, it just kind of looks like a smithy building, and I really don't think that's a bad thing at all. Having said that, there are a couple of distinguishing features to this build which make it feel unique, which I really quite enjoy. To start off with, we of course have our lava pipe out the front, creating this lava pool, and in theory, the blacksmith working here would grab a bucket, scoop up the lava, and then plop it in the forge over here, and that would smelt up the weapons for him. Somehow. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then again, we're in Minecraft, so it doesn't really matter. We also have this thing on top of the roof, which is a little bit peculiar. It's not something you usually put on roofs, a little building on the top. But I think when we do the interior, I am gonna try and link up some sort of staircase here. So if they want to come up for a breath of fresh air and have a little bit of a view, they can do that. I'm not sure, it's just a little bit of a weird thing. I like it. There are a couple of other unique details that we're going to add into this building that are going to go on the inside. However, as you can see, it is very much so unfinished inside of here. One last thing I would like to mention here is the floor. It's a combination of tough, dead fire coral and dead horn coral block, I believe. I really love these three together. I think they look great. The dead coral blocks are always a solid choice to use next to any stone variant. The trouble is they're just very expensive, so I try not to use them unless it's going to be in a small confined area like we have here. Don't want to be placing down stacks upon stacks of these, otherwise you're going to destroy the coral reefs, which nobody wants to do. But in my opinion, it looks as though at one point in time, maybe when this was first built, it was a nice clean, even stone floor, but over time, through numerous lava spillages and just the general forging process, it's lost its quality, and now it's a really rough and coarse stone floor. I just think it looks really nice and definitely suits the style of build we have here. So now I'm going to gather all of my supplies and we can do the interior here, and afterwards I'll give you the grand tour. It's not actually going to be that grand, it's a really small area inside of here, but I'll still give you a tour. And we're done. The interior has been finished. That was a bit further of a drop than I thought. Nearly died. That would not have been very good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that block placing montage. It's always very satisfying to listen to. So allow me to show you around on the inside here. To start off with, this is what the lava pipe from the outside connects to. To the inside, it doesn't actually lead anywhere, but it's nice that it's actually connected up. Unlike what we did with the mill over there, with the actual wheel part of it, it didn't really connect, but this one, it does, which is a nice little touch. Over here, we just have some sort of workstation next to the circular window, which I like, and then from this point, you can jump over to the ladder and actually go up onto the top section here, whatever we would call this. It's quite cramped, but it's kind of cozy and you get a nice view. I actually really quite like just standing up here and looking around. It's very nice. Going back down once again, allow me to show you this. With the larger exit here, we have a cart using grindstones as wheels. Now, I don't think I've ever used grindstones as a wheel design on a cart before, and I think that's because pretty much every cart I've made before, let's put my Elytra back on, is wooden, and they would probably have wooden wheels, not stone wheels. So this is just a bit of a different design. We of course have the wheels with the grindstones, the chains holding the iron in place, and then at the back here we have two levers that you can hold with both of your hands and push it around, even though you can't really see where you're going. But yeah, it's just a very small little fun cart design to move the iron around. As for the outside area here, you've already seen the forge, so all I need to show you is this anvil and this upside down wheel. I mean, grindstone. Yeah, grindstone. What the smithy can sharpen his tools on. And then last but not least, we have this thing over here in the corner, which is actually going to be a collection system for the iron farm that we're going to start building soon. Now, you may be wondering, why do my chests look like this? Well, these are actually trap chests, and I'm not going to be able to keep them here because when I open this one, it flips the trap door down, which is going to get super annoying. But yeah, my normal chests don't even look like regular Minecraft chests. I forget that sometimes. I love these textures. I wish there were more chest options for multiple wood colors. It's kind of meant to be like oak and spruce or dark oak, right? I really like them, and I don't use the trapped chest variant enough, but it's mainly for reasons like that, and that it outputs a redstone signal and can complicate things, especially when trapdoors are involved. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to go with the normal chests. So as I said, this is the collection system for the iron farm, and basically we're going to have a bubble stream going all the way up, and if I just kind of show you here how that's going to work, so we'll obviously have this top block being a water source, as well as all of the blocks underneath it. It's going to go in the corner here and spread out evenly to both of the sides. Now, I tested this in my creative world, and it always went into a hopper. It never like got stuck on the corner, so hopefully that's not an issue. There might be a very rare occasion that could happen, but hoppers actually pick up a little bit further than just the block directly above them, I believe, so I think we should be good. But I probably shouldn't have just placed that water there because I have actually made a start on the iron farm down here. Oh, it's not washed away that many torches. And when I say a start, I mean I've just dug the hole, and it's a pretty small hole. This is actually a really simple farm. Now, the tutorial I'm following is specifically for an underground iron farm, so it should work just fine. However, there is a slight complication in that there's a big cave underneath here, and I don't know whether that's going to cause issues. You can kind of see the rectangle shape we have here. I don't know if iron golems are going to start spawning underneath, so fingers crossed they won't, because I don't really know what I'm going to do if that happens to be the case. I don't exactly want to fill this whole area in, but I'm hoping that the spawning radius of the iron golems isn't going to be big enough to actually reach the surface of that cave. So I'm going to head back out of this hole here and gather up my supplies, and then we can start building the iron farm, which, as I said, is super simple, so it really should not take me long at all. The building part of it, that is, not moving in the zombies and the villagers. That's what's going to take a while. This iron farm design is from Jumper. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description down below, as well as the farm that it was inspired by Wanna Sit. So both of those are linked in the description if you want to know how to build this. I'm not going to explain it because I don't really know yet. I haven't built it fully. Obviously, we're missing the zombies and the villagers. The villagers are going to go in here on top of the beds. And if I could try and just fly out, maybe. I got to get in this little crevice. You know what? That's easier. So much easier. Down there we have some water with some soul sand blocks at the bottom. The zombie is kind of going to bob up and down there, scaring the villagers, I assume, and then the iron golems are going to spawn up here on these platforms, which eventually will have some water on and wash them into the middle, where in this spot right here will be a lava source to kill the iron golems and make them drop their iron. So now we have to move in the 8 villagers. We're having 4 of them on either side, and then 2 zombies, 1 on either side. The trouble is, I don't actually know if I have enough villagers. Any villagers I do have will be down here in their holding pen at the end of this railway. So is the minecart on its way? It is. Let's just wait for that to go by. I was also just thinking when I flew past this earlier, this is a really dumb setup because a zombie could so easily just walk up here and wander on in and just eat these villagers alive. So maybe I should do something about that. But how many have we got down here? That looks like 3, possibly 4. We got 1 in this corner and 2 in this corner. Okay, so at least 7, which means we're basically nearly there. I do think I might have to lower this ground down by a block because, as you can see, they're all getting stuck in the separate corners because they're hitting their heads on these blocks right here. So maybe once I move these guys out, I should do that before it causes more problems. Thankfully, the distance between the new smithy building and the villager holding pen is a lot shorter than what we needed to make in the last episode. So the rail line here is like a million times shorter. It's basically a straight shot to the hole that they're going to fall down there, which I should maybe show you first of all. possible. So this may seem like quite a big drop, but those are actually beds, of course, down there, which reduce full damage by a lot. As you can see, I don't actually think I took any damage there. I do have feather falling, and I am a human, so that might be a little bit different for the villagers, but still, they're not going to die, which, after all, is the main thing. So we need 4 of these villagers to go down into that gap before moving the hole and sending one down to the other beds. Why did that not pick up the villager? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, of course, a bunch of them are in the other corners. Okay, I might have to sort that before I get the rest, but let's just make sure this guy goes down okay. So far, so good. There really shouldn't be anything going wrong at this point. Okay, I kind of suspected that might be a problem, but it's okay. We slotted him down. He took a little bit of damage. In fact, I don't even know if he did. Maybe he didn't, but I'm going to nick his bed here, and then I'll leave him to it, fly back out, and get the other ones. I think just for now, I'm going to get rid of these blocks and let them all flow into the corner there. So you can go, you can go, and you can go, and you can go. There we go. That should make this process a lot easier. How many we actually got in here then? There looks like there's 5 of you, which doesn't make sense because I counted 7. So I don't really know what happened there. But let's just get my ladders down so I can actually get back out of here. And I will go ahead and pick the rest of these up and maybe just have to breed some more, which is all good. Amazing. That was probably the best experience I've ever had transporting villagers. So simple, nothing went wrong, and they're all safe and sound in their beds here. I just need to do that 4 more times, but of course we don't have 4 more villagers, right? Unless I've miscounted. No, we've only got 2. I have no idea where that other one went. I must have just not been counting correctly. So I'm going to get some carrots or potatoes, breed up my villagers in the tower here. Should probably make sure they're still alive and well. Yep, they're fine. And then we can get 2 more baby villagers, wait for them to grow up, and move them to the other side. There we go. This is now an extra block lower, so we're not going to have any of our villagers bonking their head, which is great. So that means we can also get the minecart back in place, and I think that should actually end up collecting the baby villager and making its way on back down. Does it? Yes, it's got the baby villager. Let's mine out the way. He should go on that block and get dropped into the hole. Okay, awesome. Hopefully the second one isn't going to take too much longer. I had a feeling that would be the case. That's why I didn't cut my recording. Okay, brilliant. Well, we got the 2 villagers. Just got to wait for them to grow up. And then we can move them in position and get started on attaining the zombies. Is there going to be a third? No, not a third. Not just yet. So I've just been doing odd jobs whilst waiting for the villagers to grow up. And there's one odd job that I've been meaning to do for a while now, but I've just been forgetting really. And that is to get rid of this ugly, ugly ladder leading up to my starter base here. I only ever put this down just so I could easily access the top of the mountain without using an elytra because I didn't have one at the time. So this is long overdue. I'm finally going to get rid of this ladder here. It's been an eyesore for quite some time. And with that villager now in position, the minecart can be broken. We have all 8 of these guys in place. All that's left to do is 1, clean up this mess that I've made, and 2, get the other zombies, or the first 2 zombies and the only 2 zombies in position. So inside of the smithy, temporarily, we've just got 2 zombie drops. They have trapdoors here, so they're going to see this as a full block, step on it and fall into their water drop, and they should be fine just to stay there, I believe. So hopefully this too should be pretty plain sailing. Night is quickly approaching, so I've got to get a helmet or something they can wear, possibly a name tag just to make sure they don't despawn, and get ready to find myself some zombies. Please give a big warm welcome to tonight's winner. If he can put on the helmet, he is successful to become the Iron Spawner, is what we shall call him. That makes it seem like I'm spawning in iron. I am not. Can you get through this door? You seem to have brought a buddy. Does he want to wear the helmet as well? We'll worry about him afterwards. For now, can you just fall down that hole, please? There we go. That was super simple. And then if you could just come through here. Wonderful. Let's fend off this guy. And then, come on, buddy. Come around this way a little bit. I'm a bit worried about creepers, I must be honest. Yep, that's it. All the way, all the way. You know what, just... Oh, wait. Yeah, that doesn't work. Can you go down? No, that... It's not really what I had intended. Let's do a sharp shot. Hang on a second. Do you guys hear that? There's already an iron golem spawning. That's awesome. Wait. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. I just need to add in the water streams. Well, you're here, my friend. Welcome. Oh, I thought he hit me then. That was close. Well, I mean, I think I need the water streams if they're just going to sacrifice himself like that. Okay, well, the zombies are in place. It was a little bit messy, but we managed to... Oh, wait, he's just killed them, hasn't he? Well, I guess we have to do that again. We have got to ourselves a second volunteer. Is he going to don the helmet? He is. Okay, and then if you could just come... with me this way? Is that gonna work? Hello, I'm down here. I accidentally fell down the hole you were meant to go down. Let's try that again. A bit more careful this time. Nope, you managed to clear it somehow. Let's go back this way. There's a creeper coming in. That's important. We get him dealt with. Okay, now we hop down here before an iron golem spawns. This is messy. Not the way I had intended, but if you could just... Yeah, this isn't gonna work, is it? Nope, now he's burning, and my helmet's also gonna die. Okay, let's try it once more. It's kind of hard to show you, but I've made a couple of changes just for now whilst we get these zombies in place, because this is proving to be quite difficult. I've added in these chutes that are a bit longer. Hopefully they'll just fall down directly into it, and I've also replaced the leaves here at the front with solid blocks, so hopefully no iron golems should spawn until I am ready. Here we go, third time's the charm. And you don't even pick up the helmet. Okay, good start. Please be quick, zombie. Morning is coming. Okay, good. You got the helmet on. If we could just get one of these guys in place, that would be fine for now. So come with me and then just fall down this hole nice and simply. I want no issues from you. Oh, of course. Of course. Why would he not walk directly into the lava? You know what? I'm just going to cut this bit out of the video. You guys don't need to see any more zombie trapping or villager moving screen time taking up this video. There's already been enough of that, so hopefully at some point in time I'll be able to get those two zombies in place and I'll catch you up afterwards. So that was just over an hour's worth of AFKing. I haven't looked in the chest just yet, so let's go down and see what it looks like. I did check the footage a bit slower and everything seems to be in working order now, by the way, which is great. But let's have a look. 3 stacks of iron in there, that is fantastic. And 2 stacks of iron in there. So in total, let's just round to an hour and say we got nearly 5 stacks, which is great. I don't honestly really need much more than that. So there we go, everybody. That's going to do it for today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you ever so much for doing that. Of course, let me know what you think of this build down in the comments below. Very much looking forward to reading your comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Three.